So yeah, I guess I like this position a bit better. So now I have to delete this guy here and move this guy down here. And what is this? Oh, right, yeah. I don't need that. I don't need that as well. Let's just add a paint layer and mask out the unneeded part, like so. And let's do the same things with various alphas. Like that. Let's try to continue the scratch on this marking here. And that's repeating this side. Yep, like that. That looks good. Okay, let's keep it like this. So I looked through the references and found a nice reference. You can see right here, this super unglossy kind of scratches on the plastic. So for a while I want to get back to the plastic. So close the metal, open the plastic, and basically let's create a new layer. And let's turn off the metal. So okay, add a black mask. Let's do the generator. Metal edge wear, like some sort of like that. And let's try and use a custom grunge map. Let's find scratches. Grunge scratches. Like these. Okay. Use custom grunge. And drop this to here. All right. Now let's play with the scale of the grunge. And with the parameters of the grunge as well. Like so. No. some kind of like this. Let's go back to here and increase this guy here. Okay, this does not do a thing. All right. Okay, let's keep it like this. Now let's go turn off diffuse, turn gloss, and make it not glossy. Like that. Let's see if it's good or not. Well, okay, I guess let's try and keep it like this. Right? So now let's go back to the metal. So far it looks quite good, but the gloss map is quite boring. So I guess I need to make it more interesting. And to do that, I think I want to do is to add a gloss channel to a certain layer, which is slight edges. Yes, this one. All right, so it has already a gloss layer, but I want to make it not glossy. Set the glossiness to overlay and turn it down. Let's go back to material and see if there's a difference. Well, yeah, there's quite a difference. Maybe I can do a bit more on the specular with this thing. No, darker maybe. No. Okay, so I will do this. I will duplicate this thing because I want to make it like to work a bit different on the spec on the gloss layers. So for this one, I will turn off the gloss, and for this one, I will leave the gloss, right? So the specular remains the same right there, but the glossiness, I can play with the glossiness here now. Slight edges, gloss. All right. Sure. Mask editor, and let's make it sort of like this. I can actually add a mask for texture. Let's find some nice procedural texture. For example, this one. Yeah, that looks a bit interesting. Contrast. Yeah, this looks good. It's obviously too much, but okay, so the gloss is now looking a bit more different, though I don't think that I've lost any kind of detail here. So another cool thing that you can actually do is go to add a fill and use, for example, this crunch leak and set it, scale it up, make it more contrast, like so, and not that. Like that, and make it subtract. Like this. And let's see if it makes any difference. No, it's too noisy. Okay, so let's change this one for a bit more contrasty. How about this? No. Okay, let's try scratches then. Okay. Or something else. Right, let's try these. Make it more contrast or balance. Like so. Okay, this looks not bad actually. Let's turn it on and off to see how different that looks. Yeah, that looks somewhat different. All right. Okay, so let's export it and see what difference it makes with the scratches on frame and that glossy thing on the slide. Okay. Alright, this looks quite interesting. I kind of like it. This is not over the top, but yet creates a nice balance between glossy parts and not glossy. I like this here. And I'm just thinking if it's not too much. Okay, let's try and tone it down just a bit. Go back to glossiness. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I toned it down just a bit, though you can still see that. And I think this is the way I'm going to go with this. All right. Okay, we are pretty close to be done with the slide. Everything looks quite good, though I want to fix this thing here because it is not represented correctly. Because it is an overlay on the specular, you can still see those horizontal lines, and this should not be that way. So let's go to barrel and see this guy here. This one and this one, right? So I want these two guys go outside this folder. So now it's not going to be overlay on specular. Let's call it barrel top 1 and barrel top 2. Okay. And turn this to normal and this one to normal as well. You can see that we have this thing on the whole slide because it is now a different folder. So let's just clean that up. I don't need it here. Like so. Okay. Still we have some here. Yeah, now we're good. Okay, now let's go back to specular and let's set the specular value to some sort of like this. Yep. And this one obviously the same. like that. And actually I want to make it glossier, like that, and like that. Yeah. All right. And another thing for the barrel, which is going to be pretty nice, is I want to tone down, I want to make a separation of the materials between barrel and the slide. So you see the specular looks quite the same. So let's create a new layer, call it spec difference parts. Leave only spec, go to overlay, let's make it darker, for example like this, add a black mask, and now just pick those meshes. I need this, the barrel, let's also pick the chamber check, for front side, why not, and back side can be, nope, back side, yeah. This part can be the same, this one. All right, now you can see the difference, but obviously that's too much. I don't want to make, I don't want to make it that dark, like so. Well, I guess it's still kind of dark. Yeah, like so. Okay, this looks better. So also what I want to do is to add this layer to over here and maybe on the front side as well. This looks kind of cool. So let's find it. It is in small parts, as far as I remember. Yes. Let's try and find the proper layer. Yeah, this guy here. So let's duplicate it and put it just on top. Yeah, now we see like it's doing something. And create a folder, call it glossy dirt sites, something like that. Add a black mask and select the meshes. I need this one and this one, like that, or maybe try this one as well. There's be something. Okay, so now let's play with some parameters about this. Let's go to delete the paint layer. Let's go here and check if we can do something different. Whoa, that's too contrasty. Yeah, let's keep it subtle. Oh, right. Also, I want to add it here. Right there. Yeah. Now this thing looks better. So let's try and add a paint layer and just do something custom. Some sort of like this. Well, that's okay. This is good. Right, another thing I was thinking of is actually this kind of effect. Where is it? Right there. See the different color? I was actually doing that, but somehow it disappeared. Let's go back to small parts and let's find that mask that I was aiming for. I guess this one. Specular, and do it with a bit more color, like so, but not that much. Hold on. No, I guess it's better to do this with the back. Oh, well, it's already kind of red there. Okay, let's do this with this guy, and I'll add another layer on top of that. Duplicate this guy, and this one is going to be desaturated right there, and let's add a paint mask here, and let's do some brush strokes. Well, not this one, sorry, this one. So I don't need it here, right? And kind of don't need it. No, the rest is going to be okay. That's too much over here, I guess. Like that. All right. And let's just add this guy on top of it with some levels. Yeah, like that. So now we have 3 layers of different color spec. Yeah, now I can see that redness. And I think I still need some more editing. I don't need it here. This looks too weird out there. I want the trigger to look more natural with a simpler edge wear. So this too reddish kind of thing should be also deleted here. Yeah, now we're talking. And I guess here as well. I don't need it that much over here. Yeah. And let's do some like here. Come on, that's too much. Like that. Okay, let's save it, export, see how it looks. Well, I'll browse through my references and see what else can be done. Are there any more interesting parts that can be nicely done? I guess I still want to do some sort of like this really bright part, but I'm not sure how to. What's the best approach to that? I could like make this part brighter, this light part of the spec, as well as this one, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work properly. So, okay, let's export. Okay, go back to Marmoset. And yeah, now I see those red tones there, which are quite nice. And I actually like those unglossy scratches, like really small ones, but still they look quite nice. Okay, so I guess I'm pretty much there with the slide. It looks kinda not bad. Let's try and add some more skylight. Yeah, I think it looks good. So the final part is magazine and the round. Those should be kind of easy and fast. So the reference for the mag is kind of this one. So it's pretty much basic chrome-like aluminum, shiny metal with really nice cool stuff going on in here. I'm not going to go too far with this because magazine is not that important, and but I'll try to do something in this kind of style. So let's go back, let's turn to the mag here, let's hide metal. No, it isn't metal. So yeah, this is the mag. And first of all, let's hide those fake holes, because they ought to be holes actually. So let's add a new layer, add a black mask, add a fill. Let's go to our textures and find the proper mask for those guys. This is the one right there, but it also masks the logo, so paint it out. I want to keep logo. All right. So now let's turn diffuse to black, specular to black, and not glossy. So it's totally black and dark. It's like the holes are there, right? Okay. So let's try and bring some existing materials. For example, let's try this iron brushed. Yep. Well, no. Actually, no. I can reach the same result with a mask and it will be more controllable. So let's first of all add a gloss variation, which I do all the time. This is like a must-have. Add a black mask, add a fill, go to procedurals, and I use, no, not these, either this or this. This is a more clean material, so let's try to do this one. Scale it, add more contrast so that you actually could see something. Whoa. Okay, let's try the different one. This. Again, more contrast. Even more contrast. And actually need gloss, right? Not specular. Let's go to glossiness. And turn it glossy. Okay, can do more contrast. Some sort of like that. Yeah. Now let's do those vertical kinda like a milling effect. Like brushed effect. Call it brushed. Turn the height. This. Fill. Let's find this. No, not noise, but this noise. And this is quite tricky because on the sides we have horizontal, on this part we have vertical. This can be solved. let's just adjust the material for now, and obviously too much on the height. Guess I'll go with something like this. Let's turn glossiness to overlay. Like that. The height could be a bit different too. And I guess I'll go with the spec as well. Specular. Turn it to overlay as well. And let's change the scale a bit, because that's too much. Yeah, that was because of the scale. Let's edit height again. Still too much. Okay. No, it was not the height. Like so. No, that's too much. Let's do 1. Yeah, 1 is okay. Yeah, it's the specular. Like so. So, in order to brushed back, let's call it like this, and I need to call it a folder, brush back, send this guy here, and add a black mask, and let's select the faces. This one, and these guys as well. Come on. Not you. All right. Front part as well. Like so. Still, I think it's kind of too much. All right, because we're in a folder. Overlay, glossiness, overlay. Yeah, now it's tiny. All right, so let's do the same thing. Duplicate, call it brush side. And add a white mask for now. Let's go to this guy here and do the rotation. Right, of the mask. Like so. Now add black mask and select faces that I want to do. And it's symmetrical. Yep. All right. Now we have this nice base, which looks quite nice. So let's save it and export and see how this thing looks. And then I think I'll be adding some custom variations. Control E, export. Okay, this looks basic. What is this? Oh, it's a round. It's okay. Okay, this looks quite basic. Now let's add some of this thing. So let's create a new layer, call it gloss variation manual, disable everything, turn glossiness to overlay, add a black mask, add a paint layer, and let's go to alphas. And let's pick one of those. Let's go with this one for now. Can go in 2D, UV texture. Let's find the side of the mag. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, whatever. And let's do some sort of like this. No, angle jitter to 0. Come on. Somehow this alpha does not want to do the proper scale. Why not? It's not painting at the correct position. Why is that happening? Come on, guys. Let's go to diffuse map. Paint. Why is it not painting? Now it's doing correct, but I don't need the scale. Okay. Okay. Let's try it smaller. Like so. Okay, let's go back to 3D. And turn off diffuse. And this is not glossy. Well, it's kinda kinda there. Let's do nice transition. I don't need this on the top. Like so. Let's add some levels. Some sort of like that. And actually, not a fan of this. Okay. Okay, let's duplicate this. Add a black mask. Add a paint. And let's do another alpha, which is this one with the paint brush. Yep, this looks good. This looks good. However, it's too scaled down. I need a bigger scale. Paint. Something. Like this. Yes, exactly. Let's add another paint layer and apply one of these guys. All right. Really? No, this is wrong. I was doing different stuff. Come on, guys. What is wrong? Tanking, tangent rup, viewport, or object. How about now? Yeah, now it's better. Okay. So let's create some sort of a bottom line dirt. Diffuse goes here, somewhere there. Specular is regular, glossiness is not glossy. Add a paint, alphas, edge. So let's go here. Do it like this. Right there. Well, almost there. Okay, some sort of like this. Now, Obviously that's too much, so a nice way to affect every channel is to do this, add a fill layer, and no. Okay, I'll have to do the channels. Let's go to diffuse. Okay. No, normal. Okay, fine. Let's just blur the borders. And not that much. And use just a brush or eraser to tone it down, because that's too much, obviously. Okay, somewhat like this. Let's export it and see. Okay, this looks not bad. Okay, so this looks good, but I think the mag is too specky. Let's go and tone down the specularness. Yeah. Yeah, I want to remain at the same glossiness, but not that bright on specular. Okay. And also let's add some dirt on the logo. Duplicate layer, dirt, logo. Add a black mask, add a generator, custom generator, curvature, edges, cavities, medium, soft, fine, leave only sharp, large. And big and huge. And I guess I should blur it. Or just add some levels to disable those artifacts. Yeah, levels worked. So it's turn off spec and diffuse, just turn it down on the glossiness. Or you can leave these guys. All right. So let's add some specular variation. Spec variation. Right there. Overlay on the specular. Overlay. Okay, let it be so for now. Add generator, metal edgeware, and let's just see what this generator can do. So I've inverted the mask, and let's turn down the grunge a bit more, and let's add the specular value somewhere to here. Well, somewhat like this. Let's duplicate this and create another. Add a black mask, add fill, let's go to procedurals, and let's add, let's say, this mask. And you can see it will create some sort of like that. But let's put it underneath. Scale it up, not that high. Well, some sort of like that. Yeah. Like this. And let's try add another gloss variation manually. Add a black mask, add a paint. Let's find another alpha that can do the job. Some like this. No. Right, this one is good. Yep. Since this material is really glossy, so the main thing is going on the glossiness map channel. All right. Okay, let's export this guy. And let's see. Okay, so it is a bit darker. That is okay. We got lots of stuff going on this, on the glossiness, and I think that is fine for now. Right. So one last little thing left is the round, and I guess we're almost done with textures. So let's go to here. Right there. Here's our round. Let's open the folder. Round. Let's edit the speculars on this thing. Let's make it a bit brighter. So again, gloss variation. Black mask. Fill. Procedurals. This one. Crank up the contrast. Yeah, it's already looking nice. Like so. Actually have a reference of the bullet somewhere here, right? You can see there's actually a lot of things going on the bullet. So this is like the basic level. Now let's add specular variation. Which is going to be overlay. Come on, overlay. Add a black mask, add fill, and let's fill it with some sort of like procedural like this. Scale it high. See that? Well, the alpha might be not perfect. That is too much. Turn it like this. Okay. Let's do a bit different color for the primer. Call it primer. Add a overlay for the spec. Or no, let's do just a different color. But a bit more reddish. Add a paint. Brushes. This one. Hit it like this. All right. Now let's do some cavities and edges. I know that there is basically no such thing on this reference, but it will create a bit of a different look that will seem to be nice. Okay, and before that, let's create a noise. Black mask, fill, procedurals, white noise, and this is going to be specular, overlay, too harsh, somewhat like this. Now, cavities. Not glossy, and the spec. Okay, let's do only gloss for now. And black mask, generator, dirt. Yeah, like that. But obviously that's too much. Grunge amount, much less. Like so. And add that on glossy. Right there. And now edges. For example, like this, black mask, generator, metal edge wear. Right, let's add some gloss to that. I mean spec, turn it to overlay and make it brighter, like this. Now let's edit mask. Grunge amount, pretty much less. More contrast. Yeah. Okay, so this is the basic material. And now let's add some manual gloss. This would be not glossy, black mask, paint. So I want to create this kind of thing. Alphas. I had this really nice alpha, which is, I was actually using this just recently, this one. Let's do this. Yep, like almost like that. Okay, let's go to 2D only. Jump right here. UV, texture. and drop it like this. And let's try and do it somewhat like this for the bullet. 3D. No, it does not look good for the bullet. But still, I want to do that. So let's do something else. Let's try this one. Okay, let's do viewport and camera. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, it did just perfectly.